Hello, in this video I'm gonna break down the exact protocol that we have, how to decrease churn, increase profits, increase retention, and gain you a competitive edge in the marketplace with data analytics and business intelligence. You're probably watching this video to understand a little bit more about our service, about our protocol, about our case studies before committing to the step further, right? And in this video I'm gonna break down exactly that. I'm gonna break down the exact deliverables, what our offer it is, how we can help, what goals and desires are we going to be able to achieve, what challenges are we going to be able to solve, and our exact protocol aka mechanism to achieve that exact results, right? And our offer to you, aka our offer that this is, we will turn your raw data into actionable insights to increase your revenue, retention, EBITDA, and gain you edge in the marketplace by implementing a custom data analytical ecosystem end to end and acting as your data partner, making sure that it constantly evolves to your goals, needs, and priorities and gives you a competitive edge. Basically, this is for any type of organizations from tech, software companies, supply chain, manufacturing, healthcare, renewable energy, telecom, gaming, e-com, and so on and so forth, right? Doing minimum of $1 million in revenue and are facing the following challenges. Now, you're probably facing these challenges as I'm just gonna currently list them out. Basically, you have low profits and revenue, basically not able to provide a compelling reason why things are happening on occurring through bottlenecks, low client retention, customers are leaving, leading to a high churn and bad customer experience, and you don't have no moat. You do not utilizing effectively data and analytics. You cannot drive and scale efficiently, meaning you're scaling inefficiently, and you're wasting hours, hundreds of hours per week trying to make sense of your data because it's scattered around multiple places, relying on off-the-shelf solutions and doing a lot of manual processes that could be automated easily. Now, these things happen for several reasons. One of the reasons is you're relying solely on off-the-shelf tools, let's say spreadsheets, Excels, and maybe any other off-the-shelf analytical tools. Your data is scattered across multiple systems like CRMs, ERP systems, marketing tools, sales tools, finance tools, and so on and so forth, product analytical tools, so on and so forth, preventing your organizations and members from getting a unified view and see how data translates from one sector, one department to another to uncover true bottlenecks. Basically, the data is inaccessible. You're unable to rely on data, making it low because of low data quality. You're not effectively utilizing data to its fullest extent to gain a competitive edge. You're tracking surface level metrics, not forcing action to move a needle. Basically, your data is not aligning your current business goals, needs, and priorities. It's surface level. You're relying on assumptions, and you're not the data-driven company. You're generating a lot of volume of data, and to build a cost-effective and a scalable infrastructure, it becomes extremely hard. And on top of that, to uncover true insights, actionable insights, is on top of that extremely very hard. You're not utilizing data to its fullest extent, like in terms of AI and machine learning. You're only utilizing it in terms of descriptive. There is a lot of misalignment in terms of the KPIs and in terms of between multiple departments. Basically, you don't have no data governance. There is conflicting definitions of the metrics, definitions of measurement of success, and becomes a chaotic environment. Unable to adopt a data-driven organizational culture and technologies. Decision makers depend on the IT or analytical teams for reports, analytical solutions, and to uncover true bottlenecks, which basically turns into a very long waiting period for not being a data-driven company, meaning you're not utilizing data-driven approach, you're not utilizing metrics, you're not utilizing data because you're constantly depending, meaning you don't have no true self-service existence, which basically means access of your granular data at any time. Your current BI tools or pipeline tools are inefficiently made, meaning it takes long load time, outdated data, long ingestion times from the ETL scripts, also from data warehouses. Basically, they are ineffective, they are very high in usage, meaning very high, expensive, and they take a lot of long time, meaning your either reports, existing reports, or your ETLs. Analytical projects have a very high failure rate due to the analytical team not understanding the business commercial side, again, not understanding your current goals, needs, and priorities. And they are more engineer driven. Basically, they only care about code, Python, and all other fancy tools, which don't mean nothing to drive true business growth. You're overspending on fancy tools and solutions which are not aligning your current needs and goals, and you're jumping way too quickly into the AI as every single one of these companies, and machine learning, aka any advanced analytical solutions, but not having a foundation made right. And here are some of the proofs from big consulting companies so you're able to see and truly understand what I'm trying to say. Basically, over 30.5% are unable to have true self-service analytics, meaning that they're not able to access data effectively. Then the McKinsey said that, here's a very fun fact, basically, that whoever is using data more effectively has a 23 times more likely to win over new customers, meaning 19 times more likelihood of turning a profit, which is insane array, right? Meaning, let's say here's an examples of Coca-Cola, Netflix, Apple, McDonald's, Uber. Every single company that you look up to utilize data analytics, BI, to scale and grow business growth and increase their enterprise value. Here's another example of basically 12% businesses are unable, like more than 63% of the workers, employees are unable to utilize data in their business, like in their workplace, which is insane. Here's another example. Basically, there is over $3.1 trillion in the US, like US dollars, losing due to low data quality, right? And I can go thousands of hours in these specific reports, but let's move on. Now, our core thesis is to become a data-driven company and to turn your raw data into actionable insights and to utilize effectively to drive business outcomes. All comes down to one thing, which is a data strategy. Basically, one of our Stella proverbs, so what we call it, is data will only work if it's custom to your needs, goals, and priorities at any life cycle, any growth stage of your company. That basically means that data has to adapt. It has to adapt to your changing goals, needs, and priorities, because if it doesn't, it simply won't work. It will maybe work for a very short-term period as your off-the-shelf tools, but it will quickly die off and you won't become a data-driven company, aka utilize data effectively as you scale. Basically, thesis is that to generate a return on investment with data and business intelligence, aka increase adoption and so on and so forth, all comes down between bridging the gap between data analytics and business, which is 80%. And the other 20% are the things that are tech and technology, which is also important, but these are the things that are, if you even do that things and you're not correctly doing that strategy part, you're still gonna fail. And the majority of the organizations that we're working with, and you watching this, are focusing on the wrong things, like new tools and technologies that doesn't meet their goals, needs, and priorities, fancy solutions, implementations that are technology driven and not business driven. Companies lack clear processes for managing data ownership, quality, security, and compliances, over-relying on technical operators, aka over-relying on the IT and not strategic partners, not alignment between teams and resulting in a misaligned metrics and basically chaotic environment, not a scalable infrastructure to meet their current needs and priorities, not prioritization metrics, meaning not a correct principle or framework to prioritize new custom analytical solutions, dashboards, or any analytical solution that you have on your roadmap, and treating analytics and BI initiatives as a project rather than a program, aka rather than an ecosystem. That's why for them it doesn't result in a high adoption, low win rates, and not able to utilize data effectively to generate ROI. And that's for a very simple reason. That's because they cannot bridge a gap between data and business. And to achieve that, you need a data partner and a data analytical ecosystem, right? And what's that consist of? There's a 4 key things that it consists of. Basically, adaptability, meaning data has to adapt to your current goals, needs, and priorities at any life cycle growth of the company. Metrics don't equal actionable insights, meaning this is a very big thing. Because you're tracking your closers, win rates, your revenue, finance metrics, so on and so forth. These are all surface level metrics which don't really tell a lot, okay, don't evoke any specific action from you. And what's the difference between metrics and insights? Basically, insights will either answer a question or raise a question, and it will force you to act, right? The third thing is iterative cycles. Basically, any data analytical initiative, BI initiative, it has to be worked in terms of cycles, meaning quick sprints, and in terms of thinking, it's like a long-lasting program. because it never ends. It's constant improvement, maintenance, and adapting. There is no, if you think it's a plug and play thing, like you can just create solution, your dashboard, and then forget about it, you're probably gonna see it yourself that it's gonna quickly die off, and you're gonna stop utilizing data at every single stage, every single department in your company. The fourth thing, okay, business focused only, meaning every single company that you work with, analytical team, or so basically whoever wants to become a data-driven company focuses on the end result, like let's say a deliverable, rather than focusing on strategy, which is the most important thing, as we mentioned it above, to generate the highest ROI and to meet and increase the adoption rates, increase the ROI, what you're currently utilizing data, basically how effectively you're utilizing data. And basically, in short line, data is a strategic asset. Now, what's the goal? The goal is to utilize to empower companies and teams with the reliable insights that enable faster and more informed decisions. That's the goal. To identify inefficiencies and bottlenecks and waste within the operations through data. To set you up for success for implementing advanced analytical solutions like AI and machine learning, which every single company on this earth wants to do, and give you a competitive advantage by seeing insights that nobody else has, to increase revenue, enterprise value, profit, retention, and effectively your EBITDA as well. Basically, sky's the limit with business intelligence and data analytics, but you need to start small but think big, because literally sky's the limit. Every single company is jumping into AI, machine learning, and so on and so forth, but they are quickly realizing that foundational things, the things that are basics, are the things that are going to work and are going to enable you to become a true moat inside of your marketplace, right? And to achieve that, to achieve all of these goals, you need to increase your data maturity. What is the data maturity? Data maturity is how effectively you are utilizing your data and analytics to drive your business outcomes, like strategic outcomes. And here's the exact framework that you can utilize right now. You can screenshot this as well to see that we utilize where the company that you're currently in heading, meaning what is your current state and where you're currently heading. Basically, majority of you guys are going to be in the chaotic or what happened stage. But the goal, of course, is to make and utilize data to answer the questions, how can we make it happen, right? Of course, it starts from the chaotic, what happened, why it happened, what might happen, and of course, how can we make it happen? Basically, from going to not utilizing data at all, utilizing just historical data, utilizing your insights, again, going through bottlenecks and actionable insights, utilizing predictive analytics and utilizing your prescriptive analytics, let's say your AI, machine learning, and so on and so forth, your advanced solutions, right? And you can need to screenshot this and look it up yourself and decide where you're currently at based on these criteria below. Now, who am I? Why should you even listen to this video? Well, basically, we are responsible for driving way over plus $10 million in revenue in pure cash collected with data and business intelligence by turning the raw data into actionable insights, either that being in-house and currently with Astella. I was not coming from a traditional route. I started as a sales rep and then a marketer, and then I became a revenue operational director before moving into a data engineering and analytical role. I deployed personally end-to-end over plus 20 analytical infrastructures end-to-end and created way over 30 plus, I cannot even remember by now, analytical solutions from advanced and of course analytical dashboards and so on and so forth. And of course the goal is, I founded Astella to help companies utilize data more effectively and increase their enterprise value, EBITDA, profits, and so on and so forth, and achieve their goals by data analytics, because that's the true oil, like that's the new asset in this day and age. Now, here's the track record. Basically, we added way over plus $10 million in revenue, drove for way over revenue for the clients, which I'm going to prove. I have the proofs and the reviews down below. Saved over 1,000 hours, increased the retention by plus 35%, over plus 25 implementations end to end, 100% adoption and success rate, profitability in analytical infrastructure, meaning able to decrease costs and reduce costs, either that it be overall of the business and of course their current analytical infrastructure. You can also check this down below is going to be a link in a button to download this deck. You can check out the solutions and the reviews yourself as well. Here's some of the examples of our work. Let me just screenshot this. Here's another example. You're able to see, and let me move this in. You're able to see this multiple solutions that we have from sales, analytics, from marketing department, from logistics, operations, supply chain, basic executive boards, and so on and so forth. As you can see here, the UX and UI is in the top 1%, and so on and so forth. You can download the deck and you can look it up more in depth. Here's the exclusive demos breaking down each solution and the results it brings in. Here are the case studies, meaning the dealflow.io. We work with top learning companies managing sales teams, and it has a sales, basically has a marketplace platform for technology organizations, recurring and staffing sales reps. They were basically challenging with disparate data sources all across their enterprise, dependencies on pre-made tools, sheets, which caused losing and relying on manual processes, inability to identify true bottlenecks and sales performance, and of course having an scalable infrastructure. We developed this solution, which I'm not going to go every single detail right now, and we generated way over plus $10 million in under 12 months, from 100K over to 800K, by just getting insights into their data into the sales department. Saved over 50 hours per week, which is way over 500 hours all across their year, just per one person. And of course increase their sales team performance and conversion rates all across their threshold from marketing and sales department. And of course they stop trusting their gut and finally trust the data analytics they had all along. And here's also the proof from the executive, the CEO and the founder, which just proves us generating way over $11 million and still counting with data analytics, right? Of course, here's another one, which we basically able to increase and decrease churn and increase their LTV. Basically you can read this through. Another one for Grow AI chatbot messaging business, able to increase their sales performance, analytical performance of their by utilizing data in their sales department, marketing department, and product department. And you stop this video and you can check them more in depth. And of course here are more and more reviews, so you're able to see all of that along. Of course you can click this as well and see. Now why us? Basically we are return on investment focused only. We understand that KPIs are not equaling insights. You need insights that raise questions and answer it and force you to act to achieve your business outcome and a strategic outcome. Meaning we achieve this by using specific frameworks as in-depth data strategy, interviews, actionable insights frameworks, and so on and so forth, right? We act as a bridge between business and data. Our team is also not from traditional background, same as me. Basically, we have the roles, engineers, analysts who started as in sales, marketing, product, and so on and so forth, before moving into the analytical world. Basically, we understand the business side more than anybody else, and that's the only thing that we care about: how you can utilize data to achieve your current business goals. Then we are very fast. Basically, we are 10 way over 11x faster than anybody else, because we work in terms of iterative approach. And of course we work in terms of, because we are working with so many clients and organizations, we know exactly what's working and what's not. Meaning we have so much data from our clients and customers, we know exactly what analytical features, metrics, and so on and so forth are working right now and are working for other organizations at specific stages and at specific industries, meaning we have industry specific knowledge, right? And of course we're able to provide the return on investment and of course the solution, the analytical solution, dashboards, and so on and so forth in the first 30-60 days, even less. 100% adoption. If you looked at the previous example that I showed you of our analytical solutions, you are able to see and agree that our analytical solutions are basically top 0.1% of the UX and UI in the market, which is it's like a cherry on top of the cake in terms of adoption. And the last one, we are at your data BI partner, which is basically, maybe I can even delete this, your data partner, which basically bridges the gap between business and data. We plan it, we map we create the data strategy, we map it, build the data architecture, we deploy it, we maintain it and improve it alongside it, and also improve alongside it to increase your data maturity overall, right? Before you even decide to maybe even take it in-house and so on and so forth. Basically, we set you completely for success. So this is the exact process. So we empower you to turn your raw data into actionable insights and turn you into a true data-driven company. This is by implementing a custom data analytical ecosystem. Basically, we work in terms of iterative approach, making sure the adoption is at 100%. And of course, we utilize the specific frameworks to turn your data into actionable insights, and of course prioritize accordingly based on business value and feasibility. We start at assessing, basically developing a custom data strategy, roadmap, and of course governance assessment. We assess your current state, desired state, understand your current goals, needs, priorities, and challenges. We interview the stakeholders. We start at the company level, department level, and end user level. We interview every single one of the users who is going to be using analytical solutions dashboards, and we also conduct a stakeholder alignment, making sure that everybody is aligned on specific metrics, definitions, and so on and so forth, so there is no chaotic environment anymore. Utilize actionable insights framework, which basically removes all of the surface level metrics and only left us with the metrics and insights who is gonna truly move the needle, aka you're gonna act upon them. And of course, we utilize prioritization metrics and frameworks for analytical solutions, metrics, and so on and so forth to basically start the initiatives that are lowest hanging fruits and will achieve the ROI in the first 30 to 60 days, right? And if the first step is not done correctly, it's going to result in a low adoption and no ROI. Basically, this is the strategy part, which is very the key part. Now, the second part is the architecture development. We, from the insights and from the above, and from the technology assessment that we conducted here, we are able to build a correct and pick correct tools and technology to build the exact analytical data architecture to achieve your current goals, needs, and priorities. Basically, to build the whole process. Basically, we adapt and pick the correct tools that will align your current goals and needs, and of course will be scalable in the next 3, 6, 9, 12, 24 months, and so on and so forth, right? And of course, you're able to do that because we already done a quick and deep down into the data strategy. Then the third step is the analytical solution development. After we develop all of this stuff, of course it's way more in depth, we are able to develop a custom analytical solution, dashboard, and so forth, aligning your current goals, needs, and priorities. Of course, there's many different and variants for the dashboards, either that be strategic, operational wise, and so on and so forth, for executive ones, depending on the use case. And we are able to achieve the exact results, resulting in the very high adoption rates, and of course 100% implementing success because of the data strategy and of course architecture development. And the rest part is the deployment. We deploy the analytical solutions in the fast cycles to receive the feedback as fast as possible, meaning to able because on the weekly calls, meetings that we will help, you're able to accept the feedback and of course improve the solution more and more faster to achieve the ROI very fast. As I said, in the first 4 weeks, I gave 30-60 days, and of course move forward down the roadmap that we developed in the first step, meaning what's the next thing that we need to work on, what's the next thing that is a priority, and how we can improve the existing solutions that we already have. Then the 5th step is the maintenance and the support. We maintain and support, as I said already, we work in terms of iterative approach. We start small but think big because the sky is the limit. And of course, we make sure that to maintain it, we adapt it to your current changing goals, needs, and priorities. We ensure that the data quality is at 100%. And of course, we provide 24/7 support, making sure that everything moves seamlessly from end to end, basically from the start all the way to the finish, right? And of course, the 6th step is we work in terms of quick iterative approach, which I already said multiple times by now. We make sure to always recommend new metrics, new custom analytical solutions, and of course new analytical initiatives that might align your current goals, needs, and priorities. On that be on the weekly feedback calls, monthly feedback calls, or quarterly feedback calls that we go around and see what's changed in the business, what we can improve, and just align, and of course constantly adopt this solution and the whole infrastructure. Also, our team can analyze the data constantly on a constant basis because it has expertise in business and industry expertise, and as well technical expertise, and able to uncover true actionable insights to truly move the needle, right? And of course, that's basically how we work. This is the process that's repeated over and over again, either for the new initiatives that we're going to do down the line, the data maturity curve, that are the new priority, or also as well adapting the existing ones that we already developed, right? Of course, if it's not taken in-house or so on and so forth, basically preparing you for the true success and increasing your true data maturity curve. Now, here's the tech and tools that we utilized, and of course, some of them I didn't mention, but you get the point. You have your data sources. We basically work with hundreds, 200s, maybe even 1,000 by now, different data sources. We work with multiple ETLs. We develop so many hundreds of custom analytical ETLs, like extract, transform, and load tools from Python scripts and other programming languages. We utilize Kafka or Segment for real-time and event data or any other ones. Data transformation tools like dbt, or if you're utilizing like Dataflow from BigQuery, and of course a bunch of data warehouses from Redshift, Snowflake, Google BigQuery, ClickHouse, MySQL, if you count that as a data warehouse, but so on and so forth. And of course, data visualization pieces from the Power BI, Redash, Metabase, Looker Studio, Tableau, and so on and so forth. Basically, you will get the point. We utilize so many tools and technologies that we basically work with every single tool that is currently on the market, and we know exactly what are they offering, and we can adapt and pick the ones that are aligning your current goals and needs and priorities at a very cost-effective manner, meaning basically aligning your current goals and needs. Now, here's the comparison of what is your current choices on the market. The first one you have in-house. The second one is relying on the off-the-shelf tools. And of course, the last one is us. Basically, you have your customizations. Basically, in-house, you can customize it. Off-the-shelf, you cannot. And of course, as a seller, you can. Back US and UI, you probably already seen our examples, and we can all agree that are simply the best. Adaptability, strategic data team, we offer that as well, which off-the-shelf doesn't. Industry expertise, we have industry expertise. Every single one of our employees is specifically made for, basically, who has been working in a specific industry, so we are able to apply them directly into your business. And of course, we work with so many other clients that are in similar niches as you, and we know exactly what's working and what's not. Maintenance, longer-term solution, friction, basically adding a house is very hard, time and hard, and basically labor to hire. It's very hard to hire real experts who know business and data. And of course, training tools and coaching, expertise to implement the off-the-shelf solutions and maintain and support correctly. And of course, with us, you don't need to worry about we're actually your data partner, as we said. And of course, the costs, basically, you are able to spend way over 400K annually, $500,000 in-house team minimum. And for the off-the-shelf solution, you're able to spend way over 4K annually, but it doesn't really give you any ROI or solve any other of your problem that you're currently facing. And of course, with us, only 0.12% of the whole in-house team for basically a one-time fee, and of course subscription. Of course, depends on how the scope it is and everything. And of course, the ROI, semi-guaranteed, no guaranteed, and of course guaranteed at Stella. You can also check our educational resources down below. And of course, FAQs, can you connect it to this data source? Yes, we can. This is basically the short lines. We always find a way. And of course, we worked in terms of sprints. Basically, for smaller ones, for smaller scopes of sprints, we deliver the solution already under 4 weeks, basically, but 100% under 30-60 days period. That's 100%. So really, let me repeat this again. Our offer is we will turn your raw data into actionable insights to increase your revenue, retention, EBITDA, and gain your edge in the marketplace. This is by implementing a custom analytical ecosystem end-to-end and acting as your data partner, making sure that data constantly evolves to your goals, needs, and priorities to give a competitive edge for a fraction of the cost of the in-house team. And we are guaranteeing 100% adoption, increased data-driven decisions, revenue, retention, EBITDA, and having insights that you weren't aware that existed before. Here are the deliverables, basically from the team of the experts. You're able to see this: maintenance, full 24/7 support, strategic data partner, data strategy assessment, development, data architecture development, custom ETL development, data quality assessment, governance development, analytical dashboard development, actionable insights reports. Basically, our analysts go inside of your business, analyze the data, and we give you reports on weekly, monthly, quarterly basis that are filled with actionable insights, basically the insights that you can utilize and act on them right now to achieve your current goals. Advanced analytical solutions, data roadmaps, data maturity assessment, with data warehouse implementation and development, and of course weekly, monthly, or quarterly feedback calls, aka our calls between two parties, our team and your team. And this is basically it. So how to get started: you can book a call with our team or exploration team for a free data strategy assessment. If you need more proof, you can check this link below, and also you can catch us on social like YouTube at Aldi Estella, on Twitter at Grandmaster. You can see it here, and of course at LinkedIn as Ali Schiffer.